I want to teach you how to break down a whole beef tenderloin. This is super easy and it's going to save you tons of money. You can do this with any knife. I like using the boning knife, but if all you have is a chef's knife, this will work just fine. Keep a couple of towels handy. Paper towels are also a great idea. I like to use one of these, either a hotel pan, a sheet pan, or even a Pyrex container. Very carefully, just clip the bag in the corner, and now you can drain that liquid out into the trash can or in the sink. Face the knife up and move across the bag very, very slowly. And actually, this is a great opportunity for me to talk about washing your hands. Every chef knows that the best tool for a chef is a pair of clean hands. Just wash your hands as many times as needed. The first part of this is super easy. You're gonna just do it with your hands. There's going to be this membrane all over the tenderloin that you can just remove with your hand. You'll notice this muscle separates right here. There's two muscles. This is called the chain. The chain is a very special muscle because you cannot find it anywhere. I dare you to try to find that at any store. You're not going to be able to find it. And then just use your fingers to separate the chain, just like this. And then once you get to the point where you can no longer do it with your fingers, then you can use a knife. And that's the chain. Beautiful, amazing chain. Chef's best kept secret. And now we're gonna work on the silver skin. This is the only part that you have to remove, but you do have to have some proper technique. So I'm gonna show you here exactly how I do it. You want to go under the silver skin, and you're gonna wanna push your knife up a little bit, so that way you're not puncturing the actual muscle, but you're just staying on the surface. And then once you've been able to go all the way through, stick your finger in there, and then very slowly move your knife facing up so the blade is up against the silver skin without having to cut too much into the muscle. And it should look like this. This part right here is kind of tricky, but really all you have to do is go really slow. Be patient and just use the tip of your knife to expose that silver skin. Little by little, you will see where the silver skin is going, and then you can remove that very carefully. Remember, making mistakes here is 100% okay. That's how you get really good at this. And at this point, you have two choices. You can either cut it into steaks, like I'll show you in just a second, or you can just wrap it up and cook it as a whole roast. Either way, this is going to be incredible. Okay, and now we're just cutting this into steaks. You could do this really any size you want. You could have these giant thick steaks, or you can do steaks like the ones that I'm cutting right now. And then here you are faced with a choice. You could just cut this all the way across and make giant steaks, or you can cut it down the middle. And then I want to point this out real quick. These two little pieces of fat right here, you don't have to remove. This is the type of fat that will melt for the most part and actually just adds flavor. And what I like to do with the scrap pieces like this, like the tail end of this, is I just like to cut it really small, mix it in with the chain. Or another thing you can do is you can cut this piece halfway through, then fold it this way and shape it into a steak that looks just like the others. And here's a chain. Chain is my favorite part. And then what I like to do is cut it in half. And instead of cutting it, you're going to scrape it off of the silver skin. When you're doing this, you're able to buy higher quality meat because it's going to be way cheaper if you do this work. You can get a grass-fed, like 100% grass-fed, grass-finished animal, and your life and the life of the community gets better as a result. And here's the bonus. So this is at the end. This is what you ended up with. This is the chain. This is the most beautiful meat ever. Best kept secret. This is what chefs keep to themselves. And now it's also for you.